me a couple. It's the only way to fly. Listen, I'm almost grown. I'm almost that grown. I'm not that grown, but I'm almost like, like, like this close to that. So trust and believe. I am almost there. So I am so grateful for Well-Being Wednesday, as always. And always when I am looking for what to share, the stuff that shows up sometimes, I'm always amazed by. I always look at like current events. Current events right now, everybody's talking about the vaccine and how the vaccine's being pulled and all this kind of stuff. And, I have always subscribed to the fact that our bodies can fight anything. We don't have a deficiency of aspirin, a deficiency of acetaminophen, deficiency of any type of pharmaceutical drug in your body. Your body just needs the things it needs in order for it to heal itself and to protect itself. So, I have my thoughts. I'm not gonna say what a person should do or not do, but I believe that if you take care of your body will take care of you. But what I did find was there is some drugs, some pharmaceutical drugs that are linked to dementia and memory loss. And I was very surprised to find these categories of drugs that people take on a regular basis that are linked to dementia and memory loss. And I thought that the article was gonna talk about Lipitor, because I remember Dr. Rita McGuire, who's a OBGYN out of Chicago. Her and I worked together some years ago. And she was the first person to say to me that pharmaceutical drugs are truly the gateway drugs to other drugs. And she mentioned Lipitor specifically. And she said that Lipitor will lend you to dementia, diabetes, and there's a couple more it'll come to my mind, but she said it's a link to 5 other ailments. And when I repeated that to someone else, they said to me, I cannot believe that that's true. She said, I believe that that's true because I couldn't figure out what was happening to my mother. Mother had been diagnosed with cholesterol problems and was given the Lipitor, and all of a sudden she couldn't remember stuff. And then all of a sudden she had diabetes. And she was like, Mommy never had problems with diabetes, so how come Mommy has this now? So I say that part to say, be mindful of the pharmaceutical drugs that you take, because one will lead to the other. Remember they told us when we was growing up and we smoked weed, that weed was a gateway drug? You smoke marijuana, you're going to do cocaine, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. So marijuana was the gateway drug into more illicit drugs. But what we're learning now is that pharmaceutical drugs are the true gateway drugs. So anytime you any kind of medication, you want to weigh the risk and the benefits of the drug. It's a must that you do that, because a lot of times while it's trying to fix one thing, it's tearing up 5 other things. And you can hear that in the commercials. We never had those commercials pre-Ronald Reagan. When Ronald Reagan was in office, he deregulated commercials and allowed the pharmaceutical companies to now put commercials on. So, and what that did to the world is that now you can look at a commercial, hear about a drug, and now you become your doctor, and you go to your doctor and say, yeah, I seen that Chantix on TV and now I want that. But your doctor never prescribed that for you. But now, because you're being told in your mind consciously what drugs are going to work for what you're trying to do, now you become your own doctor, and you now tell your doctor what you want. So don't believe the hype. But research now this emergence that's being done has found so many disturbing connections between this certain drug type and negative brain effects. And so the drug classes include drugs used for allergies, for seasickness, for sleep, including diphenhydramine and something hydronate. All of these drugs have now been linked to dementia. And see, here we go, thinking about, okay, I'm getting ready to get on the boat, so let me take this thing, or let me put on this patch, or let me do all this stuff. And then you can't figure out how come you can't remember something. And it don't even have nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the drugs that you're taking. So there are certain drugs that cause memory loss. And I'm going to go over those categories. So take copious notes, because this wholly blew my mind when I went through it and knew that I had to share these 9 pop drugs that are linked to dementia and memory loss. And some of you may know someone who is on these drugs and is having these problems, and now you'll be able to give them some other options, because I'm going to tell you the drugs, but then I'm going to also share with you some other ways to combat these problems that are that a person could have around allergies and things like that. So be ready to take some good notes. Hey, Melissa, thank you. She said, go ahead, sis. Empower, educate, and equip us. Yes, get your pen and paper out. So first category of drugs is incontinence drugs for incontinence, when a person can't hold their bladder. And so there's some generic drug names. The drug names are long, but just know that if you're taking any kind of drug for incontinence, the daraphenazine, oxybutynin, tolterodine, and flavazate. So those are some of the incontinence drugs. Those are the generic names. I don't know and I think this article purposely put the generic names so as not to call out a specific pharmaceutical company. I don't bang with none of them. I personally, for me, as long as it depends on me, I will find a natural remedy for anything that is going on in my body. Now, doctors I don't have an aversion doctors. I don't have any ill will. I believe that doctors mean well, and they're taught to heal a certain way, and that's not their fault. And so because of this, you always in business mode. My publisher just said, are these slides recorded somewhere or stored somewhere so that we can go back and get them? That is hilarious. Always in the business. And so for me, I do not take any form of pharmaceutical drugs at all for any reason. It has to be trauma or something completely uncontrollable for me to go that route, because I know old school, before 1940 and all that, there was no pharmaceutical drugs. So guess what? I'm going to do what they did. That's my thought. So I'm going to share what it is that I found out. So for a person who has incontinence, there's those types of drugs cause memory loss and dementia. So usually that is because there is a weakness in the pelvic floor. And so if you do tightening exercises, that will help strengthen the muscles that are around the urethra that will help you to combat the incontinence naturally. So when you kind of repeatedly hold yourself, like you're trying to stop yourself from going to the bathroom, when you constantly do that over and over, that strengthens those muscles. So you can literally be sitting in your chair and doing those exercises while you working, while you doing whatever. So those are one of the things that you can do. There's also bladder training that you can also do, and how you train your bladder is you just kind of, when you have to go to the bathroom, Who that? Good morning, Jessica. Who?
I got you.
Get your shoes on, Missy. Missy, get your shoes on. The way you train your bladder is when you have to go to the bathroom, if you wait 5 minutes, right? Wait 5 minutes.
Right.
And then go to the bathroom. The next time you gotta go, wait 10 minutes. And you just add time, and that helps to train the bladder so that you go on your own terms, and that kind of helps to strengthen the bladder as well. So doing the bladder training along with they call them Kegel exercises, where you just repeatedly clench and unclench the pelvic floor muscles, that'll improve the strength and coordination and the endurance of those muscles. So that can kind of help to alleviate the need for taking incontinence medications. And so, well, I'm not saying hold it forever. I'm saying when you are having incontinence problems, we try to go when we're supposed to, but when you're having incontinence problems, you are training your bladder. And you're not holding it for an hour. We're talking about a few minutes, in time, not a long time. We're not doing that. Not good to continuously hold it. The next category of drugs is muscle relaxants. The generic names are cyclobenzaprine, dicyclomine, and orphenadrine. Oh, that was good, Darlaina. You did good that time. And so muscle relaxants usually are given to people who are in pain, who after a car accident or something, but they are also been proven to cause memory loss and dementia, especially when you're taking these things on a regular basis. And so there was a study done in 2011 on the effects of massage therapy, especially for muscle pain and relaxation. They found that the massage therapy improved the bone and muscle pain management in the patients, and demonstrating that the muscle relaxing effects of the massage. Did y'all just tell me I need to go get a massage? Is that what they said? I don't need a reason to go do that. But now you're telling me that instead of taking a muscle relaxer, I just need to go get a massage? More y'all need to go get massages. Yeah. Especially if you are in pain. It is definitely a good idea to do that, especially somebody who is battling chronic pain from old injuries and things like that. Oh my goodness, yes. And so that, and then magnesium, adding that to your regular diet, it will act as a calcium blocker to regulate muscle contractions and helps the muscles to relax too. So if you're deficient in magnesium, your muscles may contract too much, causing you to have cramps and spasms. So you want to look at that. I meant to also say, when it comes to let me back up a little bit. When it comes to incontinence, in addition to doing the Kegel exercises and the bladder training, you can also add foods high in vitamin C that contain the beta cryptoglycan to promote that helps the urinary system, including foods like kiwi, guava, papaya, pineapple, mango, pumpkin, squash, carrots, sweet peppers, green peppers, broccoli, kale, and parsley. All of those things help the urinary tract system. So those are things that you can add to. I forgot the food. So we got the muscle relaxers, magnesium, and massage. Magnesium, massage therapy. That's so good. Like, give me a reason to go to get a massage. Baby, I got to get a massage every week. That's the way I don't have to take this medicine. It's going to make me have memory loss and dementia. So I will always know who you are. I got to do that. It's just a part of what we got to do. We need to have that. The next, what'd you say?
Take care of yourself.
Gotta take care of you. You must take care of you. The next group of drugs that can cause dementia and memory loss is narcotic painkillers. Narcotic painkillers, those ones that you can become, uh, addicted to. There's some natural pain killers that you can use. Depending on the cause of the pain or the type of the pain you experience, certain remedies may be more appropriate than others. So I found this therapy called dry needling. Dry needling is it looks like acupuncture, but it's not exactly the same as acupuncture. It is a therapy where a very thin needle is pushed through the skin in order to um, to stimulate a trigger, because there's trigger pain. The pain is usually radiates from somewhere. So by them using the needles, it stimulates that trigger, those trigger points, to help to release tight muscle bands that are associated with trigger points and hard knots within the muscles that can cause the pain over a large area. I actually went to massage therapy school, and that was one of the things that they taught us, that you can have a pain in your neck, but that pain in the neck can radiate all the way down your arm, down your back, all of these places. These pains can regulate through because of these trigger points. So dry needling is definitely one of those things you can look up to. They can also do wet too, and that has a hollow needle that will deliver something like some kind of cortisone or anesthetics or something like that. Dry needling doesn't have any injections into the muscles or anything. Yes, dry needling, yes, is different than acupuncture, because acupuncture is more intended to unblock energy and to help create balance in the body systems. So acupuncture more focuses on the flow of energy around the body and bodies, where dry needling focuses on stimulating a specific trigger point that is leading to pain or disability. So there's so many people, these practitioners out here, and so you just got to do a little bit of research, because they are everywhere. You can get every kind of natural therapeutic modality if you just, instead of the first thing you think of whenever you're not feeling well is jump to the doctor. You want to think, okay, what's happening here, and how can I do, what can I do instead? And so dry needling is something that I hadn't heard of before doing this research, but it helps with inflammation, it helps with pain. And so that is absolutely an option for many people. So dry needling for pain. So look up dry needling in your specific region, and I'm certain you will find a practitioner that does it. So that's for muscle relaxers. That's for a natural painkiller, rather. And also a natural painkiller is cryotherapy. They have these cryotherapy places popping up all over the place. You just go in, you get in this really cold thing for like 2 minutes or less, and then you get out. And that's really good for muscle pain. Going to the chiropractor. Sometimes your neck pain and your back pain could be in relation to misadjustment of the spine. So going to the chiropractor will help you to get realigned, so that is not a problem. Also, peppermint or lavender oils, essential oils, are really good for headaches, for muscle pain. Yes, Tony Robbins has what he calls a plunge pool outside of his house. So he's really tall. So this thing goes like more than 6 feet in the ground. and it's ice cold water. And he just comes out in the morning and he just jumps in and then he gets out. Jumps in and gets out. I'm just like, oh my God. But what that does is we have these cells in our body called mitochondrial cells. These mitochondrial cells, as long as they stay healthy, the body stays healthy. But what happens is some of these mitochondrial cells get weak, they start to die. And what the cold does is it shocks them. And when it shocks them, it kills the dead sick ones and all of that. That's why on a minimal basis, you can take your own shower, own cold shower, or your own dunk in cold water. I can't take it too cold, but I can do it. I could do it. And you just do that, and it kind of shocks the body, kills those mitochondrial cells, and takes all of that inflammation out. And then there's always what you say. What you stop? Wait a minute. Okay, what you say?
Okay. You said dry needling.
Yes.
Dry needling.
Yes.
Right.
Similar to acupuncture.
You mentioned and you said that was similar
to acupuncture. Yes.
And then that is good for what?
It's good for pain. So if you have certain types of pain, they will, like, say you got pain that radiates down your arm. They may take the needles and hit a trigger point in your shoulder to affect what's happening in your arm. Or they may take it and put it near your hip if you have pains in your legs. So they'll find the trigger point for where the pain is, and the needles will be put there. They're very small needles. They're not like you're gonna feel these sticks all over the place. So no. Oh, thank you, Deidre Lynn. It was a gift. Let me show you it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You mentioned chiropractor.
Yes.
Now, chiropractors, I'm 56 years old.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Never, ever did I literally, like, intentionally make an appointment to see a chiropractor.
Yes.
Right? So now you're talking about natural stuff that we can actually attend to. Then you mentioned another thing that you had said. You mentioned something about, remember you said that tapping?
Oh yeah, tapping is good for, that's emotional freedom technique.
The thing that I'm asking you, and then when you hear the stuff somebody say, just take an aspirin, just like we learn about Excedrins and Stand-backs, all that. Is that just, it's really sad because I'm asking you these questions. It's because even now when you go to like the gym, they have things that you can literally get in.
Yes.
Or even times when you get like the massage thing, right?
Yes.
You go get a massage. That's not something that we even think about that people would do, like a natural thing where you got lumps and stuff in your back, and they can feel it. Like you can feel like something's wrong in this area, but we don't ever think. Like Lynn went to the thing the other day. She said she's on something every once a month or once a week that they set up a point where you can go and get yourself, and then you feel like, dang. I'm asking you questions to a point that
you feel
it
good.
Just seems like,
I said it just feels so good. Natural therapy feels good.
I don't understand that. Oh my God.
Natural therapy.
Needles and stuff like that. I never had nobody needle nothing. I'm thinking a needle would hurt me.
Nope, it don't even hurt.
Oh my God.
It don't even hurt. You got thick skin. It ain't gonna hurt. And these people are so well done. And then by the time you have a massage, and sometimes when you go to the doctor and they give you medicine, the medicine makes you feel weird, dries your mouth out, does all kinds of crazy stuff to you, but there are no side effects to natural modalities. You feel good after. You feel good after you go to the doctor, you get chemo, you get radiation, you sick, you go and take some kind of pharmaceutical drugs, and then they got this whole long list of side effects that come from the pharmaceutical drugs. Let me tell you something about pharmaceutical companies. I work for two of them. They extrapolate when they put out a new drug that a certain amount of people are going to get sick, that a certain amount of people are going to die. And then they put a certain amount of money aside for those people who are going to die so that they can pay your family. I worked in the department for a company called American Home Products, and they were bought out by Wyeth. And at the time when Wyeth bought them out, they were the company that was getting sued for fen-phen and Redux. Fen-phen and Redux was a big time drug in like the 80s and 90s where people were going to these Nutra clinics and getting these drugs to lose enormous amounts of weight. But what happened was people got mitral valve prolapse in their heart, and some people straight up died, right? And so I was the person that was assigned to paying the families or the people that were fortunate enough to still be alive, but now with a heart problem. I paid millions of dollars to people, millions. They call them matrix claims, and I paid the matrix claims. And if a pharmaceutical company says in the side effects, if they list them because that happens to everybody. Don't think that, oh, I'm special, I'm not going to get these side effects. No, if they listed them, you will probably get them. So, because if they didn't have to list them, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Oh my goodness.
They wouldn't. So when you open up those papers and you read that stuff, 9 times out of 10, if it says it's going to cause liver problems, oh, it's going to cause liver problems. If it says it's going to cause, some of these drugs even say it's going to fix all this, it's going to fix all that, but it may kill you in the end. One of my friends had cancer, took a cancer drug. The cancer drug, one of the side effects was death. Guess what he died of? The drug.
What?
The drug. Not the cancer. Not the cancer. Not the cancer. The drug. So there's so many things. So we have to pay attention to stuff. That's why this is so important. There's also a technique called the Graston technique, and that can help to stop joint pain and muscle stiffness. But this is one of those techniques that it hurts so good because they literally use special tools to push into, hey Fia, to push into your wherever the pain is, to incite inflammation. And when they incite the inflammation, that sends the white blood cells and sends the body to fix whatever the problem is. So the Graston technique is a little bit more it can be painful. It's they use steel instruments to manipulate wherever you're having the chronic pain, and it pushes into the soft tissue a little bit and incites that, and then the body will go in and fix it. So you can also look for something called the Graston techniques, especially if you're somebody who is constantly having joint pain and muscle stiffness and things. So it's spelled G like girl, R like Robert, A like Apple, S like Sam, T like Tom, O like Oscar, N like Nancy. Graston technique. And so it is absolutely a instrument assisted manual therapy, just like dry needling and acupuncture. So that is also a way to help as a natural painkiller. The next group of medication is anti-seizure medication, has also been shown to cause dementia and memory loss. And the generic names are carbamazepine, oxcarbazine. So these names, you might recognize them on your body. And so you can reduce seizure triggers. You know, a person is known to have seizures, you want to keep down their physical stress and emotional stress, fatigue, lack of sleep, any use of drugs or alcohol, sometimes even overstimulation from lights and noise can cause seizures, even hormonal changes in men and women. I found that, you know, the keto diet got really, it became really big in like 2018, but doctors have been using the keto diet since the 20s to help manage seizures. I did not know that. The keto diet, that means taking out all carbs and all that. You only eat meat and vegetables to help manage seizures. So there's that. I think that is amazing. So absolutely, there's things that can be used to manage those. The next group of medications is for Parkinson's disease. That benzotropine, again, is a proxycyclidine, trihexyphenidyl, and amantadine. And, you know, there may be some medicines that's necessary to treat Parkinson's, but there's so much emerging drug-free options that are coming up for people. You know, there's even something called deep brain stimulation that they're doing. But there's some studies from the Washington University School of Medicine that they say that exercise is the forefront of treatment for Parkinson's. You know, so it just cautions that when you are attempting to exercise, when you have Parkinson's, make sure you stretch to avoid the stiffness. Water aerobics is good for Parkinson's. Mind-body exercises such as Tai Chi are really good for Parkinson's. Acupuncture is also good to help to relieve the symptoms from Parkinson's. You know, that helps to release some of the neuroprotective agents that we need to protect our bodies. The next group is antidepressants. There's a whole long name of them. It's probably 7 or 8 of them. I'm not even going to attempt to twist my tongue up. But if a person is trying to combat depression, you can do that a lot of times through lifestyle changes, exercising, finding supportive relationships, and professional guidance. You know, eat diets that are high in folate, healthy fats, probiotics, B vitamins. Consider just supplementing the body so that the body can do what it needs to do. Many studies have analyzed the effects of St. John's wort against major depression, and it's really good. One study found it very similar to the effective, it found it as effective as the antidepressant drugs. So you definitely want to talk to a professional before you make any decision when it comes to depression or any other type of ailment that you're dealing with. This is a guideline that will allow you to open a conversation with your professional, whether that is a naturopathic doctor, whether it's your regular doctor. You know, I only work with doctors that are open to alternatives. I don't like to work with doctors that are strictly scientific based, because they're closed-minded and they won't give you what you need. The doctor that we worked with Vaughn's Cancer, he was a doctor of osteopathic medicine and he was a naturopathic doctor. He is in the Philadelphia market. So if anybody has anything wrong with you and you want to either wean yourself off of medication, you want to go for a more holistic way, then I would absolutely reach out to Dr. Andrew. Then he is in Narberth, Pennsylvania, which isn't very far. It is truly up City Line Avenue. You make one turn, go around the bend, and that's Narberth. I couldn't believe how close it was. If you know where that LA Fitness is right there, he's right around the corner from there. Good morning. Hey, Ange. And so it is really something that I would consider, especially if somebody is chronically ill and stuff is always going on, or you're taking a whole lot of medication and you really want to get off. He takes regular insurance. So just give him a call and tell him that I sent you. He need to pay me for all the people I've been sending to him. So that's a good one and he has everything in his office. High dose vitamin C. He has massage people. He has every kind of modality in that office. So absolutely him. If a person is suffering from like schizophrenia, antipsychotic drugs, there's a whole long list of those too. That is something that I would definitely work with a professional on. But one review found that people with schizophrenia and related disorders focused on growth, learning, and development of the patient. And eventually these patients was able to go home with regular routines without taking medicine, not even one. And so that's really a recovery model where people are taught how to live and function. And there's a bunch of supplements that help schizophrenia too, including omega-3 fatty acids. That's usually in the beginning stages of schizophrenia, but also lysine, sarcosine, glycine, or this is a long name, N-methylglycine. These are all natural remedies for that. Additionally, acupuncture has also been found to have antipsychotic effects on schizophrenia patients. And so, of course, there needs to be, some more studies to find things out. And each person is different. So, just know that these are generic studies. So each individual person would definitely need to review what you're doing in these types of diagnoses with a professional. I wouldn't just go all off. This one really blew my mind. The next one is the group of allergy medications. Carbinoxamine, chlorpheniramine, clemastine, diphenhydramine, hydroxine, promethazine. Ain't that what the boy was spinning out in the rap song? Cyproheptamine. So all of these are drugs that people are taking right now because allergy season has started. But there's so many studies, and I did this with my daughter because my daughter, Baby Rose, has really bad allergies this time of year. But if you consume local raw honey before allergy season starts, it can start to ward off some of those allergy symptoms, because we say local to your area because the local bees that are pollinating the honey, they have those allergens in it. So by using local honey, that will allow you to nice. Thank you so much for that, May. If I say right, May Creighton. Thank you so much. That's good to know. But consuming raw honey, local raw honey before allergy season, and then using it all through allergy season helps. And then the other thing that we did with Baby Rose, there is a drink, a probiotic drink called Kavita. And she would just drink Kavita every day, all day. And finally, this year, when allergy season started, she had no trouble at all. Because Mi Shang, sorry. Mi Shang, sorry. And so there is some studies that say that immunity for most stuff starts in your gut. So by keeping your gut healthy, that keeps your body healthy. So that means the probiotics, keeping your gut flora just right. And so that's what the probiotics did for her. So between the probiotics and the raw natural honey from the region that you live in will help to quell some of those pesky allergy symptoms. Also using a neti pot. Neti pot is a pot that's shaped in a funny way that you can put it in your nose and it kind of runs water through your nose, and that cleans out all those irritants that are up there that are causing congestion and all kinds of runny noses, and even for upper respiratory conditions, sinusitis, all of those cold and allergy symptoms, a neti pot is a very good option. Also, peppermint oil acts as a relaxant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peppermint oil acts as a relaxant and kind of stops this antispasmodic stuff that happens in your throat that causes you to cough. So it's not recommended for little kids, but for grown-ups, you can definitely take food grade peppermint oil. Also, if you have ragweed allergies, then you should avoid melons, bananas, cucumbers, sunflower seeds, some forms of echinacea and chamomile, because all of them can contribute to, they can trigger rather allergic responses because there's ragweed in and around those particular fruits. So if you've been eating allergies is going crazy, you probably have an allergy to ragweed. But definitely try the probiotic drinks or tablets or capsules, however you can take it, and also the local honey from your area. Bone broth made from chicken, beef, or lamb has been shown to help relieve respiratory problems. Also helps to reduce inflammation in the body and reduce and boost the immune system rather. And so just by increasing your awareness of what is happening with your own specific body, knowing that there's things that you can do naturally to take care of yourself instead of the first thing, I got to go to the emergency room, or I got to go to the pharmacy, or I got to go to the drugstore and buy something over the counter, when in fact there's all these natural remedies that you probably already have in your house. And so just know that the positive effects of probiotics can help you through that. Oh, yes, darling. Yes, darling. Thank you for noticing. I try to keep myself together. People complimenting me saying I look cute. And the next group of medicine, the last group of medicines, is the medicines for motion sickness. You know, we take motion sickness when we're getting on the boat. Some people need it for when they're getting in the car. You know, certain people, they just have that. So research has shown that I'm not reading all those names. Again, it's all the D ones. D, long D words, M words, P and S, long motion sickness medicines. If you taking sickness medicine, it's probably one of those. So none of those. But if you are having motion sickness, ginger has been used to prevent motion sickness, especially for things going in circles, like amusement park rides. Sometimes even on the airplane. I know the last few times, I don't know, these pilots sometimes be showing off and doing all that, and so that can trigger a person. So you can do that. You can take the ginger. You can take it 250 milligrams 3 times a day in advance before you're going to do something. But you want to be careful with ginger if you're taking blood thinners. So again, you know, if you're not on any medication, by all means, you can try any and all of these things. But if you are taking pharmaceutical medication, you want to talk to somebody about drug interaction before you decide to do it on your own. I would not recommend you to do that on your own if you're taking any pharmaceutical drugs. Also, magnesium has been shown to are there any tips on anxiety for people? Oh, I got lots of tips. I did a whole DM me and I'll send you the video I did on anxiety. Yes, there's a whole lot of things for anxiety as well. But you know, definitely you want to talk to your healthcare provider before you do any of these things. But 50 milligrams of HTP, which is a natural occurring supplement, and 200 milligrams of magnesium together also helps with motion sickness as well. And you know, taking those two together has been shown to help people with that. But again, we want to make sure that you get educated first. talk to your doctor, you know. And sometimes I can tell you, sometimes talking to your doctor is like talking to a wall, because some of them are so close to natural healing until they get sick. Until they get sick, they're like, I'm not doing that. Tell me what I could do. They don't want to do it. Also for motion sickness, you can do aromatherapy with peppermint and lavender oil. They can definitely do that for you, take care of you. Also, let's see, what's the last one? Oh, look at that. Anxiety and insomnia. For anxiety and insomnia, one study found that patients who took valerian root for insomnia had a better sleep. They also set the temperatures in the room a little cooler, between 60 and 70 degrees. Profound, yes, very much so. Setting it down by lowering the body temperatures, that helps to keep sleep even. And also eating foods like bananas, cherries, ginger, and radishes as bedtime snacks. They are melatonin rich, so that will help you as well. So yeah, so I mean, it's so much. And then when it comes to anxiety, lavender, using lavender, and these boomerang people, they have these things I just tried for the first time. You see this? Zinc. Somebody gave me one. Zinc. It's aromatherapy. It's I have lemon, but they have lavender, and you just put it right here like this. Just put it right there, and it gives you your aromatherapy all day. It keeps you calm. It's really good for people with anxiety. So find somebody, inbox me, and I'll get you the person who gave me this. So I think that Zinc is one of the it is a amazing thing. Whoever came up with it, I love it. I never heard of such, but the way that it's shaped, and they last up to 12 hours. The person who gave me mine also gave me this little case so that they'll last a little bit longer when you take them out, but it's really neat, the shape. So that's your aromatherapy in there that lasts for 12 hours, so you can have it, you know, all day. See? You just put that right on your nose. Put it right on your nose. And I think that's amazing. So it gets my seal of approval. And they have let's see, do they have stocks? I don't know. Yes, I don't know if they have stocks. Kim, does Boomerang have stocks? Somebody on my live know if they have stock for it. She said, because that's gonna be a big thing. It probably already is a big thing.
We got it, Darlaina. We got it. We got it.
See?
Inventory.
My people got it.
Kimball. We keep inventory.
There we go. There we go. So yeah, so we're definitely I think this is a great way, especially when a person is suffering from anxiety. Get you a little lavender one, keep that right there. If you suffer from low energy, that lemon one, oh my goodness. I've tried both of them. I absolutely love them.
Shout out.
Yes, somebody
thank you.
Somebody that Nina Webster invited to my sister circle bought them with her and gave them to us for us all to try, and we are all addicted. So yeah, it was really nice to have that. So, you know, while you shouldn't stop taking your medication without talking to your doctor, it's definitely worth a conversation to see if your medication includes any of these drugs that are linked to dementia or memory loss. And then if they are, inquire about possibilities for alternatives so that you have fewer side effects and more natural ways to handle that. So back to you, Mr. Satchel. I hope that was helpful.
You know what? Just like really, it's just amazing that, you know, there are so many things out here.
Yes.
That you mentioned, and we don't even know about it.
And some of y'all have access to it and don't even use it.
Yes, and don't even use stuff. So she's absolutely, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I used to work with another company. They were called and one of the 4 things that they would let us have, one of them was a chiropractor. Right? And I've never ever been to a chiropractor, but those who have
scream about it.
Always mention how, man, they do some stuff to your body and say they're gonna crack your back and all this stuff. They made it look like it was scary. So you know, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I can tell you is, you know, whatever you felt like you needed today, I'm sure she gave it to you. And again, her job is doing. She makes us aware of things.
Yes.
Like when she told me it was pus and blood and milk. Like, what the?
There is definitely pus and blood and milk. That the government allows. Yes, the government allows a certain amount of pus and blood in your milk. Yes, it does.
Yeah. So, you know, those things. Now, at the end of the day, have I stopped drinking milk completely? No, I haven't. But God dang it, I don't drink nowhere near as much milk as I would consume knowing these things. If you got migraines, like I've never ever in my life had a migraine. Never.
Wow.
And if I did, I don't even know it. But at the end of the day, guess what? For those that do suffer with it, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
You follow us in anxiety, you just mentioned that.
Yes, it's real. It's real.
Yeah, people go to chiropractors, and a lot of them wind up going to them like only after an accident or something like that, but then they wind up keeping it. To realize that a chiropractor, when it does what it does, it really helps. The therapy, like Lynch loves going to therapy.
Yes.
I thought that was something that the rich folks did.
No. And so much. Listen, and let me tell y'all something. Let me give you one tip. When you are looking for a professional that does these modalities in your neighborhood, Groupon is your friend, because a lot of them have specials where you can go for half the price to try it out. So Groupon is everywhere USA. Go on Groupon, find you a massage therapist. Go on Groupon, find you somebody who does these other modalities, the needling, the acupuncture. All of these people have that on there. Hold on, can't hear me. Hold on, what happened? Hold on, let me see. Why you can't hear me? All right, hopefully that's better.
Yes, Groupon is.
But yeah, Groupon is the bomb. So whatever you're trying to find a local person, absolutely go on to Groupon and see if those people can, if you can find somebody in your local area that you can kind of test it out with. But I have a 10 o'clock. I have to go. I have a trademark call. You know, it's time for me to trademark. Look, it's me to trademark. Time for me to trademark. I have to go for my next one. I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for supporting me in the ways that you do. I am so uber grateful. Thank you for allowing me to serve you in this way. See you next time.
Thank you. You put a shout out. But we love you. Thank you. Y'all, that is Pam Kimball. For those that don't know, please contact her right away.
Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.